Hey guys, my name is Jasmine Nguyen and the country that I did was Vietnam. As you may know, Vietnam is located in Southeast Asia on the eastern margin of the Indo-Chinese Peninsula. Their capital, Hanoi, consists of approximately 8.4 million people. Their official language is of course Vietnamese, but other major languages include English, French, and Chinese. With a population of about 93 million people, the average age is 29.2 and their life expectancy is 72. Vietnam shares borders with China to the north and Laos and Cambodia to the west. It also borders the Gulf of Thailand, Gulf of Tonkin, and the South China Sea. The majority of Vietnam is hilly or mountainous and heavily forested with only about 20% flatlands. Some of the major landforms include Phang Si Phang, which is the highest mountain in Indochina that stands at 10,312 feet. Ngu Hang Sông, also known as the Marble Mountains, consists of 5 marble and limestone hills, each of which are named after the 5 elements: Kim Sông, Thuy Sông, Mộc Sông, Hoa Sông, and Tho Sông. All of the mountains have cave entrances and numerous tunnels, making this a famous tourist destination. Several Buddhist sanctuaries can also be found within these mountains. The Valley of Love, named after its poetic beauty, is known for its picturesque and romantic sights of many deep valleys and endless pine forests. Major bodies of water include the Halong Bay. It is famous for its caves that runs underneath the mountains in which tourists can kayak through. The Red River is famous for its color, of course, while the Mekong River is a very long river that runs throughout Indochina. Landmarks include Nhà thờ Đức Bà Saigon, the Saigon Notre Dame Basilica, a cathedral located in the downtown of Ho Chi Minh City that was established by French colonists. As you can see, it looks very similar to Le Notre Dame in Paris. The imperial city, Kinh Thành Huế, is a walled fortress and palace in the city of Huế. It is the former imperial capital where the final emperor of the Nguyen dynasty had ruled. The Independence Palace, Dinh Độc Lập, also known as the Reunification Palace, is a landmark in Ho Chi Minh City and was the home and workplace of the President of South Vietnam during the Vietnam War. The major cities of Vietnam are Hanoi, the current capital and second largest city; Saigon, the capital of the former Republic of South Vietnam and also the largest city; Huế, the former imperial capital of the Nguyen dynasty; Hai Phong, the third largest city, and Cần Thơ, the fourth largest city. Vietnam has 2 seasons: the monsoon season from May to September and the dry season from October to April. The average annual rainfall is approximately 160 inches. Temperatures do not vary much and are usually high all year round, generally with an average around 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Due to the warm climate and plentiful rainfall, Vietnam is the largest exporter of cashew nuts and black peppers in the world with 1/3 of the global production. The country is also the second largest exporter of rice behind Thailand. The politics of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam are defined by a single-party Socialist Republic framework, where the President of Vietnam is the head of state and the Prime Minister of Vietnam is the head of government, in a one-party system led by the Communist Party of Vietnam. The 3 stripes on the freedom flag were interpreted to represent the northern, central, and southern regions of Vietnam. Due to the communist government, Vietnam is a non-religious country. The majority of its people are atheists, but those who do worship are generally either Buddhists or Catholics. Their most important holiday is Tết, the Vietnamese New Year, celebrated on the first day of the first month on the lunar calendar, usually between January 19 and February 20th. Other holidays include Tết Trung Thu. It is the day when the moon is at its brightest in a year. In that spirit, to worship the moon genie, there comes the celebration of Mid-Autumn's Festival. On special occasions such as these holidays or weddings, Vietnamese people tend to wear the traditional áo dài. Major sports include football, ping pong, and badminton. Differences in law. There is no freedom of speech in Vietnam. Speaking against the government and voicing your opinion of the government is illegal. But due to the corrupt government, many people may slip cash to the officers to get away. But don't worry, if you're visiting Vietnam, feel free to say whatever you want because they won't even dare to arrest an American. Worst case scenario, just slip them $5. Also, there are no age restrictions on purchasing or consuming alcohol. Traditional Vietnamese cooking is greatly admired for its fresh ingredients, minimal use of dairy and oil, and reliance on herbs and vegetables. With a balance between fresh herbs and meats and a selective use of spices to reach a fine taste, Vietnamese food is considered one of the healthiest cuisines worldwide. Some travel tips. Always stay alert because there are pickpocketers, especially in the large cities. Don't be afraid to try new things because most likely it's delicious. If you are shopping and buying souvenirs, always bargain. They make up the price based on how much they think you can afford. Stay away from tap water because it's not always the safest. The most common mode of transportations are two-wheeled vehicles such as mopeds, motorcycles, scooters, and bikes. Also, it is not uncommon to see an entire family on a two-seater.